Holiday presents, in the red corner, the undisputed, undefeated Weed Whacker Guy. Champion of hurling grass and pollen everywhere. And in the blue corner, the challenger, extra strength Holiday. Eye drops that work all day to prevent the release of histamines that cause itchy allergy eyes. And the winner by knockout is Holiday. Holiday, bring it on.
What is going on, everybody? Ryan Leary, William Tincup here with another episode of The Barf. I like when you wave to me. I'm going to wave back to you today. So I'll just say it outright. I've got stains on my shirt. I just realized it. It is.
If that's the worst thing that happens to you today, Ryan, you're living right.
Yeah.
You're living right.
I guess so. I guess so. I mean, stains could be pretty...
It depends on what type of stains. You know, there's a gradient, a scale. Yeah.
I don't know what type of stain it is, but it's a stain. So
no judgment.
Whatever, man. What is going on?
You know, it's been a good week. We're adding some shows. We're up to 42 shows on Worked Fine on the Podcast Network.
Yeah,
halfway to our goal of 100 for the end of the year. You know, all is well. No complaints for me.
There we go. Anything big happen this weekend for you? Because I didn't have shit happen for me.
No. I was just doing a bunch of stuff around the house. Doing stuff. Last week, yes, because I was doing a garage sale, which, by the way, we made over $3,600 for our troop at the garage sale.
What?
So, yeah, legit.
Garage sale.
A garage sale.
All
Which is great because we also had Mission Arlington, kind of like Goodwill, come after. And so they cleaned out everything else that wasn't taken.
They just took it with them.
They buy.
That's the way to do. Oh, they buy.
We didn't even have to. Bye.
Oh, buy. Got it.
We didn't have to load it. They had trailers, trucks, and they loaded it. We literally didn't have to do anything.
That's amazing. Send them my way.
100%. We're going to do it every year now. Now it's a bit.
Yeah.
It's like we can raise. Poinsettia sales is our number one fundraiser for the troop, and it raises about $3,000. This one surpassed that, and there's no cost to it.
Right. Are you still selling like $10 things of popcorn and like $20 pizzas?
The Boy Scouts do the. Cub Scouts and Weebles do that a lot. The popcorn sales is a big fundraiser. Once they get into Boy Scouts, they're kind of tired of that. So you have to have other things. Yeah. Other types of fundraisers for them to get kind of excited about, especially with 15, 16-year-old kids.
I'm all about supporting the group. I mean, we do Girl Scout cookies here.
I've supported Girl Scout cookies since I can remember.
Yeah, but $10 for a little thing.
Oh, they get the smaller. My favorite's the mint. Oh. The thin mints. That's always been my favorite. Yeah. And it used to be like a sleeve, like this massive sleeve of
now I think there's 12 of them in there now.
Right.
Counted this year. Yeah. We didn't. What? Whatever. We did not put an effort into it this year. Yeah. We sold what we had to sell. We did a couple of booths.
Right. In years past, y'all have killed it though.
Yeah, we put a lot of effort, but in the end, it's fun for the girls. But in the end, they're getting like whatever it is, like a quarter. No, it's not a quarter. It's like 80 cents or something like that a box to the troop. There's other ways to earn money.
100% garage sale.
Yeah, I mean, you could teach them, it's good for sales, life skills. That's great. Guess what? So is a garage sale when you're making, a lot more money and doing whatever.
On both cases, both Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts, I like it because it teaches them sales. It teaches them that rejection and, all that type of stuff, how to upsell and all that type of stuff. And with Henry never really liked any of that stuff. Like he would just wait for people to come and like, I want to buy this candle,
Fantastic.
Whereas Van, dude, when we were at Ace Hardware selling candles and poinsettias, he'd meet people at their car doors when they parked. like people barely have their door open. It's like, hey, how you doing? We got some poinsettias. We got candles. Where you at? They haven't even gone into the store yet.
Did you open the jacket? Like,
dude, seriously. Like, I don't know. You know how it is. Your girls are different. Your boys are different. It's just, it's fascinating to watch.
I don't know, man. I'm
let me pitch you a couple stories. Ready?
Yeah, go for it.
Hi, Ryan. You've seen the signs about Real ID, right? At the airport?
Yeah, I avoid them.
Yeah, good. The deadline for air travel with a Real ID is May 7th.
That's
that
coming
would
up.
be in about a month from now.
Yeah.
So if you or your employees have business travel coming up, beware. The Real ID deadline for air travel is May 7th.
Yeah.
Department of Motor Vehicles are slammed with appointments. This is from the Wall Street Journal. So, we've seen the signs for years now. I've recently
about a decade.
I've recently had my driver's license updated, and you just have to have a gold star in Texas. You have to have a gold star in the right-hand corner, and it's a Real ID. So
you can still use your passport, right?
Yes, you can still use your passport. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm good.
Yes, with your passport. Good. But if you show up to the airport and you don't have your passport and your driver's license isn't a Real ID, you don't travel.
Right. Just bring your passport. That's what I'm gonna do because
just bring your passport.
I ain't getting the Real ID before that for sure. All right. You know a company called SAP?
I do.
Yeah. Well, they overtook Novo Nordisk as Europe's most valuable company.
Wow.
Check that out, right? So
good for them.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily tie to work, but success factors, right? They kind of do. They're the OGs, and I figured you'd have some thoughts here. But 313.7 euros, so it's about 340 billion US dollars. Kind of mid-range in the U.S., right? Because everyone else is all the trillions and
right.
But it's a thing. They're now Europe's number one.
Well, and they SAP took a dip when cloud first came on the scene, and because they were on premise for a lot of their stuff, and so they had to kind of figure out the cloud business. It's just nice to see them being rewarded for basically reorganizing their business. They still have their on-prem stuff, but they've really gotten behind cloud. So good for them. I'm happy for them. Ryan, 84% of Gen Zers say that they stream series and movies while working remotely.
Yeah, it's about right.
I try not to laugh. Is that Axios.com? So you go look at it. So of course I did the RTO one.
Wait, hold on. What's that guy? JP Morgan's calling. He said, "Get the fuck to work."
Pretty much. RTO 1, remote 0. So, the advice is, while true, some things should be admitted publicly, right? This was a survey. You didn't have to say this. It just gives more ammo to the RTO kingpins.
Yeah.
So,
I get distracted when I have TV or music. I know you run music all the time.
I can write while listening to music.
Yeah. Sometimes I can, but there's moments where I just want to throw the speaker against the wall. Yeah. And I just have to stop. So, but that's just me.
84% is a big number.
It's a big number.
All right. So the next one is 69% of millennial workers want to work for employers with benefits that support building a family. Mm-hmm. Kind of makes sense, right? The Securian, SECURIAN.com. This is where this comes from. So last week, I talked about, and I thought about gender-based benefits, and the menstrual cycle is the one that we talked about, and whether or not we should load balance based on gender. And this story made me think about, should we be load balancing based on generations? Well, so like you're looking at a benefits portfolio as a benefits manager or an HR leader, you're looking at, okay, what benefits do we serve up? And it's all the discretionary benefits, right? Well, the millennials wanting things that are going to help them facilitate their family growth, that tracks. They're at that age. Well, boomers don't care about that particular benefit. So it's just one of those things that make me think of, our benefits managers, are they looking at their audience or their employees and then figuring out the benefits that matter to them based on gender, based on generation, etc. So anyhow, big number, 70%.
Yep. That's legit. All right. You remember 11X?
I do.
We talked about 11X back in November.
Yep.
When they landed $50 million in funding. Well, turns out somebody didn't do their homework. They're not doing so well. And turns out from a couple dozen different sources familiar with the case, they have been lying about their customers and their customer base. Now, not the only thing. Check this out. Customer churn, 70 to 80%, it's estimated, of their early customers discontinued services after their initial trials.
That's not good.
No, that is not good at all. And these are like major investors. These aren't like your run-of-the-mill investors that got behind these guys. You say transparency is king, and this is the moment, right? Transparency and actual performance still matters, turns out. But that's a lot, man.
That's a lot. Well, what's it's going to impact is funding. Going to do more due diligence on the sales conversions, both those from zero to trial and from trial to a full contract, etc. And so they need to do that, by the way, like legit sales pipeline conversion analytics and due diligence. Now, this is just one of those stories that's going to feed that. It's like, hey, listen, we don't want to get burned like other investments did with 11X. So hopefully they can turn it around.
Yeah, we don't want to, unless they're just scamming and jamming everybody.
Right.
No. But, you have bad product, you're not doing good performance. Got it. That happens. You can make things better, unless you're just playing charades here. Then
bad actors do bad things.
Yeah, that's right.
Hi, I'm George LaRocque, and I'm looking forward to exploring the critical trends shaping the future of work and technology with you over on the Work Tech podcast. Now, this podcast is a little different. I bring together industry leaders, innovators, and investors, and we go deep into market intelligence that matters to HR pros and tech providers alike. So give the Work Tech podcast a listen here on the Work Defined Podcast Network, and please subscribe if you like it. See you there.
All right, getting back into benefits. The latest niche workplace benefit, helping workers get a mortgage, especially first-time homebuyers. You and I briefly talked about this last week, about a benefit that would really be helpful in financial kind of wellness. And so how do you help people get their first house? Well, so I think this is a great perk or benefit to balance out RTO. Now, I'll make fun of it at the same time. Come into the office and we'll help you buy your first house, which you can't work in remotely.
But you can cut the grass when you get home.
100%. You got a bunch of work that you need to do. You got to clean the gutters. But, the thing is like, it's legit a good idea to have this as a benefit for those, again, first-time home buyers, helping them get the mortgages and getting a lower mortgage, helping them understand the financial implications.
Yeah, well, I never had any of this go in neither of you. Yeah, I mean, and it would have been. I can hear my parents yapping in my ear. Go work here because they help you pay back for college. They're going to help you with reimbursement, and that was like the big thing.
That was a big thing. Tuition reimbursement.
Yeah, I would tell my kids to go work there if they were going to help you get a house. Now, what is help, right? Like they're not giving you a house, they're not giving you money. They're helping you with access and all that stuff. So love it. Get it. All right. IBM, my old stomping grounds.
That's right.
Yeah, I love talking about IBM. They're facing a reverse discrimination lawsuit.
Reverse discrimination.
Yeah, from a former white male employee. So this is an interesting one because this isn't just somebody jumping in and saying, "Oh, well, I'm a white male, you're discriminating against me." The structure, the lawsuit, if you go through and read, parts of the lawsuit, the structure of the manager's incentives. So the executives are incentivized for hiring diverse and meeting certain diversity goals. And so they are in this case, they were, and they did let go of this guy. And I think there's a couple of others that are part of this. They let go of them for performance when they were a top performer within particular groups. Through performance reviews and all that. Obviously, there's a lot more to the story we'll never know. But
that's horrible.
Yeah.
I think the thing is it's also a limited definition of diversity. So some of this, you can be a white male, but you could come from a socioeconomic group that's lower or higher. You could go to a different college. There's so many different ways, neurodiverse. There's so many different ways to look at diversity. I think historically we've looked at it as gender and race, and that's diversity.
I think that's how the majority of people hire. They're not experts. I get it, but it's the company's fault, not I should say not the individual.
If they're incentivizing executives based on gender and race and not a broader aperture of diversity, yeah, they should get penalized.
Yeah, and they will.
Ryan, mentions of DEI on Glassdoor increased 259% year over year between January 1st, 24, February 18th, 25. It's on Glassdoor. It's their blog. And again, is this outrage about DEI? Is this false outrage? Is it the new normal since the election? I don't know. But it did make me think about candidate boycotting work to change businesses that have abandoned DEI policies and programs. Like, I think back to 80, I think it was 85, 86, when Coca-Cola was operating in South Africa during apartheid. And basically people said, stop drinking Coke. And people stopped drinking Coke. It put so much pressure on Coke. They're like, we're out. And it actually did change things. And it was, apartheid was horrible, regardless. Sure, so, but it's the same thing. Can candidates band together to actually change things at a company in terms of DEI?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I don't think there's enough power nor volume of candidates.
They'd have to form a coalition and boycott.
Well, what changes this is hurting the pocketbook, and the candidate is not going to. I mean, there could be arguments made for that. Yeah. There could be arguments made for it, but I mean, that's a massive undertaking. Consumer boycotts much easier.
Yeah. We're going to stop buying your stuff. Okay. Well, maybe we'll change our policy on that.
Yeah. Well, then they don't have to, and then eventually it hits the pocketbook, and they're like, okay. Yeah.
While at Glassdoor's blog, they've got great stuff there. I haven't been there in a long time.
Yeah.
Lots of cool
good stuff.
Lots of cool content there. So definitely go check that out.
All right. ChatGPT just got an infusion of smart, baby. Okay. So they can now, with there's a enterprise version, but they can now tap into your internal files. Right now it's just Google Drive for the company. But you can attach that to ChatGPT and it begins to learn your models at work. So it'll respond in your language, understand your project names, the acronyms in the company, team specific terms, things like that. But it's a model that they're going to expand on. And so
I love that.
Yeah,
that's the enterprise version. That's not the pro version. That's the next level.
That's the enterprise version. Yeah, and there's one of the product guys, lead engineer, posted about it, and I happened to see that, so I went and looked it up, and it's pretty neat. Cool. They're excited about it. Yeah, they'll be attaching a whole bunch of different things.
And more it knows, the better it gets.
Yeah, I wonder if we can get access for us and make us.
I'd like that.
Yeah,
I'd like that.
In our own stuff. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Running a business comes with a lot of what ifs. That's why you need Shopify. They'll help you create a convenient, unified command center for whatever your business throws at you, whether you sell online, in-store, or both. You can sell the way you want, attract the customers you need, and keep them coming back. Turn those what-ifs into why-nots with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer. That's shopify.com/special offer.
Hey, we're the Payroll Baddies, and our mission is to make payroll fun and relatable.
And call out industry when we hear it.
You got to call it out. You got to call it like you see it. But we also got to shine a light on all those unsung payroll heroes out there, making sure we get paid.
Yeah, those are the real payroll baddies out there, and we love sharing their stories and showing them love.
With gold chain and everything, baby.
By the way, SAP is the best payroll out there, and if you don't like it,
get out.
All right. So last story for this show is Amazon will resume screening warehouse employees for theft and requiring that they register their personal cell phones for the first time since the start of the pandemic. This is on Bloomberg, so you can go read the story. I don't hate this personally at all. Employee theft in retail, it's called shrinkage, not Seinfeld shrinkage, but shrinkage, it directly impacts the costs that are passed on to consumers. So employee theft, it's not like a hidden crime. It actually it impacts us. So I'm when I read the story, I'm like, I'm shocked that they actually moved away from it.
Yeah.
And maybe it was just they needed to hire faster or more, or they just basically got away from it because they needed people. But
what's the registering phones for?
So they can background checks, and also so that they can get in touch with them in case something happens right away.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. They should always monitor for theft. I mean, that's
100%.
I don't want to pay more for shit.
No, I don't need that in my life.
No. All right. I got a good research one for us today. We'll jump into some research. So
sounds good.
Businesses, this is going to be interesting. I'll get your take on. Businesses evaluate AI systems using human-like criteria. So I found this on VentureBeat. And what they're saying is that businesses are starting to judge AI just like they judge people.
Interesting.
They expect the AI to be helpful. They expect it to be likable, emotionally present and intelligent, right? Not just accurate, but like actually care and do things.
Interesting.
And I'm like, yeah, it's like a human-like expectation. And it's like, okay, every AI tool that we've spoken with said, it's not that way. It doesn't happen that way. Although I don't necessarily agree with that, because as it's learning, I mean, tools that I use, as it learns me, it talks like me. It regurgitates me, right?
It's mimicking your behaviors.
Yeah, and it also contrasts me on certain issues and says, hey, look, here's my opinion. Like, okay, that's cool. Whether it's right or not, I don't know.
Yeah, but that's an opinion, not an emotion.
No, but and so is emotion, are they judging emotion by the way that it talks? Because mine will actually talk back to me like I talk to it, right? It'll use slang. It'll do all of that.
Right.
I don't necessarily feel like that's emotion.
No, it's mimicking your behavior.
Yeah.
You're showing it, it's showing you. It's just mimicking. It's a mirror.
So how do you judge it on emotion?
You shouldn't judge robots on emotion. They don't have emotions.
Yeah. I don't want them to have emotion.
I want them
to be a robot. That's why I hired them.
I want accuracy.
Yeah.
If you're talking about emotions, I think we're talking about something that's more futuristic or dystopian than really what's needed. It's accuracy. Is it accurate? Great. Fantastic.
Yeah, I think part of the efficiency of bringing in AI like this is the lack of emotion and the lack of having to deal with the emotion of an actual employee.
Right. I can manage AI. I'm not great at managing employees because I lack empathy.
Actually, you can talk to AI just like you talk to employees, but they'll respond better.
100%. I won't get in trouble. There'll be no legal issues
for that. Yeah.
There
you go.
Yeah. All right. Pay gains slowed March. Year-over-year pay gains slowed to 4.6% for job stayers and 6.5% for job changers. The pay premium for job changers was about 1.9 percentage points, matching a series low seen last September. This is on the all-important ADP employment report.com. So you can go there and then you can kind of look at your industry, size of company, and you can kind of see all those things are. What this particular story got me to think about is how the April numbers, if they'll be impacted by the tariff. Like we already seen the stock market do all kinds of crazy stuff with the stock market, but will it impact jobs? And I don't have a great answer on will it or won't it, but I want to see. Now I'm interested in the April jobs report.
Yeah.
Just to see if there's change there.
Well, this is being recorded, but I'm going to clip this portion. So the next time you say, I don't give a shit about the jobs report, I'm going to throw this at you.
I care about the tariffs. I don't care about jobs, actually. I care about, will a policy around tariffs impact jobs? That's what I care about. Whether or not it impacts jobs up or down, I'm not sure. Does it make things better because we're building businesses here in America to make up for the businesses that we're not going to use in China and Mexico? Or does it close off businesses from hiring because they're having to deal with less revenue, or other scenarios that I'm not thinking about?
I mean, I think we're going to see We'll see in April. I think we'll start to see a healthy mix of each kind of play out.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
There you go.
All right. The Federal Judicial Center survey recently came out and was taking a look at that. 1/3 of U.S. judiciary, I can't say judiciary, employees say they've experienced inappropriate behavior at work. Now, this happens at every job. Get it?
Yeah, but you'd think in a legal profession
it wouldn't be, especially So
that's 33%. Why? That number should not be that high.
Yeah. So 34% said like offensive stuff, like offensive jokes, rude comments, things like that, right? Like things that you maybe goes borderline, like, oh, you're just too sensitive type thing. 8.3% said they experienced serious issues. However, they grouped it all under wrongful misconduct. Now, maybe this is the legal term around. I don't know.
Right.
Here's what's under wrongful misconduct: discriminatory harassment, sexual harassment, and employment discrimination. Wrongful misconduct. That's what kind of made me pull this out. It kind of bothered me, but I'm like, why are we just pushing this aside? It's not. Oh, I guess it is, but is that how we actually classify this? Wrongful misconduct, and it just gets lumped in. They didn't even list it out. It just said wrongful misconduct. It didn't say anything about the sexual harassment or anything. You had to go
in a study, you'd like to see both of those broken out.
Yeah.
You know, the unprofessional behavior, 34.7%. You'd like to see what made up those things by percentage points, right?
Yeah.
And the same thing for wrongful misconduct at 8.3%. Again, doesn't seem like a high number. However, the things that are under it are not trivial.
No, they're not trivial. And if you have 40,000 employees, I don't know how many there are, say 40,000 employees.
10% of that's 4,000 people.
That's a lot of people experiencing wrongful
that type
misconduct.
of that's legit. I mean, all of it's legit. I mean, again, if a person feels uncomfortable at work for a reason that another employee does, you got to take it seriously. And it's the whole thing is weird to me because it's in the legal profession, which you would think would be on top of these things.
Yeah.
Like,
now, I should say this wasn't the majority of this was from managers,
right?
Not the judges, not
right.
Those in those.
These are ancillary.
I skipped over. I should not have skipped over that.
No. Franklin Templeton's Voice of American Workforce Survey tackles talent retention, sustaining a competitive edge, and meeting employees' needs. Now, this is at Franklin Templeton. You can go take a look at .com. You can go take a look at the study. We've seen it a couple times. It's always good. So 4 things from this survey. Let me read all of them, and then you tell me what you think is the craziest. 70% of employees state that financial security, having enough money to live comfortably for the rest of their lives, is critically important. 88% of employers report that employees are willing to leave their jobs if dissatisfied, even without clear alternatives. 90% of employees now view retirement planning as a collaborative effort with their employees. And the last one, 60%, 59% of employees admit that they don't understand or maximize their company benefits. Those are all facts. Those come from the survey. I'm going to say facts. Those come from the survey. Those are the results. Which of those is the craziest to you?
I'm going to go with, I'm going to go with 90% of employers view retirement planning as collaborative.
That's the one that I keyed in on. I'm like, because when I read it, I thought I read it wrong.
Yeah.
I'm like, employees view this. No, employers view that this is a collaboration.
Yeah. This
is a collaborative effort around, retirement planning. And it's like, that's just, I've never seen a company think of that as collaboration.
All of those numbers seem very high to me, regardless of what it is. When you get 90% of something in a survey, 100%. It's not you didn't pull your panels very well.
88% of employees willing to leave their job if dissatisfied, even if they don't have a clear alternative. Like,
that's.
Are you kidding me?
No,
that's
macho talk right there.
Seems like
in practice, that's like 5% because that ain't happening.
Not if you have a family.
Yeah, no, 100%.
I mean, if you're 21 and you're going from Taco Bell and you're leaving, all right, well, yeah, I can see you leaving without a safety net.
I guess. I mean, I'm not leaving unless I have. I don't care what people say. Leave if you're not happy. If I ain't got a paycheck, I can't go.
100%. That would make me less happy.
Home Depot's not paying my bills. Let me just tell you.
Never.
No, and I live modest. And
me too.
It ain't paying the bills. So anyway, we got some dollars and cents.
Let's do it. Merit Health. That's MARIT Health launches groundbreaking community-powered platform for salary transparency in medicine. They raised $3.2 million. It was on PR Newswire, so you can kind of look up that. It's anonymous and self-reported comp data for the healthcare industry. Isn't a bad thing, right? This is not a bad thing. It's probably going to take a couple of years to get the data right and efficient based on location and all that other stuff. But I love this. I love anytime you can get good comp data to understand kind of where you are in the market. I think it's a good thing. So good for them. Great funding. Fantastic.
I love it. I like the idea. I'm always kind of leery about user submitted, right?
I know.
However,
I caught a fish this big.
I've got plenty of those. Guys, listen, you've got to go to MeritHealth.com and look at their salaries. I know physicians make money.
Yeah.
I'm looking at some here. Neurosurgeon, $925K. Yeah,
but here's the deal.
Breast imaging, $650.
The only thing is look at their insurance that they have to cover on themselves.
Well, yeah, there's a lot there, but that said,
it's a big number.
They can afford it too.
Yeah, no. I'm not crying for them. Don't worry.
They can afford it. When I saw that, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go check this out, and I went and looked, and I was like, damn. It's like, yeah, podcasting maybe. Yeah.
Doesn't suck. Let's go back to med school. It'll only take 12 years, and then we can,
On a 100% deserve it because you don't want me as your neurosurgeon.
No, nor I.
No.
Ryan Ribbon raises $8 million to transfer hiring with AI-powered voice interviews.
Yeah, cool little recruiting play.
Yeah, really, really, really interesting. Ribbon, RIBBON.ai. Go take a look at the website. It's pretty cool. That's where I looked at the press release. So I love to say everyone gets a voice interview or screening call. I like it. It's cool. I like, the name and the approach. Lets candidates immediately know if they're right for the job and the next steps, all this type of stuff. So I'm cool. I mean, first of all, I love investing in recruiting, and this one's trying to solve kind of a bespoke. Don't apply. Don't even waste your time filling out a form or doing this other stuff. Let's just do this voice interview. Let's find out if this is even the right thing for you, and it's all going to be AI.
Yeah, I want to get hold of these guys. I want to check them out because I love what Higher Logic does. I love everything about them, and I want to see where this falls in relation to them and what they're doing. So you have to check them out.
All right, next one is Ropes. Cool name. AI-driven platform transforming how engineering talent is evaluated. They announced that they raised $3.1 million. This is finance.yahoo. So you go take a look at that. Skills-based hiring for the win. I believe, and I know you believe the same thing, that we're going to see more and more of these type of industry-specific. I mean, we just talked about one, comp and medicine. Yeah. We've talked last week about platform play and construction. Now we're talking about, engineering talent and how they're going to do skills-based assessments. So if you're a civil engineer, great, you graduated 20 years ago. What's your skills today? Like, what do we have today?
Right.
So, Ribbon.
There you go.
Okay, let's see what we got. EPSOR, that's EPSOR, those grading at home, $24.4 million to become a market leader in the employee and retirement savings plans industry or space. This is on
collaboration with
all
the employees.
I like how you did that. That's nice. This is on partechpartners.com. You can read kind of their presser. It's a nice, obviously, $25 million, decent round, more than a decent round. But I like, out of all of the stuff that we do, I like seeing things when they're kind of off center from the stuff that we normally like. We're in a sea of AI funding. Like pretty much you and I could just talk about AI funding, not just in our space, but in general. We could spend hours just talking about that. The fact that now we're talking about a retirement savings and employee savings. I like that. Now, will it be AI infused? Yeah, probably, but that's not how they're leading. That's not how they're kind of coming about it. So good for them. It was listed in pounds as dollars, so I'm assuming it's a British based investment, but good for them.
Yeah, I want and I know these exist. I haven't gotten into them, but I really want an AI infused retirement planning platform that I can just talk to. I want to talk.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I don't want to talk to a human. I just want to talk on my own time. I'm driving in the car. I want to talk and ask a question. I hear something on the radio that triggers a thought.
Yeah.
I want to ask, but know that it's tied to a retirement company, a benefits company that actually manages, the information I'm getting back. It's not just
it also knows your portfolio and your risk tolerance and all the cash flow and all that type of stuff. So I can see that happening. I can actually see someone building that already that knows your banking information, your savings, all that stuff, all of your investments historically to then understand, okay, where are you at right now? Because typically it's the pyramid of when you're younger, you're willing to take on more risks. And as you get older, you take on less risk for more guaranteed returns. Right. It's kind of the general pyramid that goes on. But some people break that pyramid. Yeah. They're like, I'm 60, I'll drop 20,000 on an investment. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out.
It's a space that's interesting because historically you have to be a high net worth individual to get a really knowledgeable and solid financial planner. Right. So, and you're going to pay.
They're called wealth managers, but
managers. Right. Yes. Wealth managers. However, the field can be leveled here. It can be leveled here, right?
AI can do this. Yeah.
Yeah. You get the right team behind this. It can really make a difference for people in the middle class. So anyhow, that's it, man. We did it. We blew through it. All good. Thank you all for listening, watching, and we'll see you next time.